What if this isn't the season of your life falling apart? But maybe it's sacred initiation, because almost every oracle card this week repeated the same message. It's been doing that a lot lately, where I pull from at least 7 or 8 different decks, and it's very interesting how the message can be conveyed almost consistently. So this week's about compassion, transmutation, angelic assistance, divine alchemy, nervous system healing, sacred integration, and journey to wholeness, and remembering the light within you already. So if you have been feeling all over the place, overwhelmed, emotional, deeply reflective, exhausted, anybody else? Emotionally exhausted, spiritually exhausted, grieving old identities, craving silence, stillness, peace, serenity. And this is a recalibration EFT tap along for the week's energy. If you're new here, this week's energy report doesn't feel like forcing. I pull cards for the energy of the week of the messages of people that tune into my videos and what they need to hear. This feels like a week of softening, integrating, transmuting, transforming energy, receiving support, allowing fragmented fractals and parts of ourselves to return home again. So that's the message that was consistent across the cards. And it feels like an initiation and recalibration, and really, really deep sensing like of energetic endings. And yeah, so hello everyone. I didn't even say hello. So welcome back everyone. If you've been watching my videos, I appreciate you and the comments you leave me. And welcome everyone if you're new here. This is your weekly energy report and EFT tap along recalibration for May 25th through May 31st, 2026, or timeless, because EFT really has no expiration date. And I just pull the energy of what the message needs to be conveyed for anybody who tunes in. And I pull oracle cards as I trip over my tongue. I am an EFT practitioner and quantum alchemist. And if you're new to EFT, it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's a tapping on the body and a gentle nervous system recalibration practice that combines tapping on meridian points while speaking intentional phrases. And the phrases come from the oracle cards. And sometimes we tap with tangents and stories that come to me based on whatever the oracle message was. So there's no real perfect way to do it. You just tap and follow along with what I say. Studies have shown that it takes the body from fight, flight, freeze state, which spikes stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and replaces them with happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin. And it only takes about 6 minutes to shift the body by almost 50%. I think it was 43% in just 6 minutes of tapping. So the cool thing about that is the more you tap, the better you feel. So feel free to rewind this video and do it for longer if that suits you. Or you can tap into my playlist that tells you about the energy of the week. I ask for my team in spirit, my guides, my angels, my ascended masters to come forward with what's going to best serve those who tune into my videos. And they help me pull cards and the message and the words from the phrases of the cards to tap in. And so allow yourself to receive whatever resonates, whatever doesn't, leave it. just tap along. So what we do first here, if you're new, is we take a moment to notice the body where it feels dense, tender, tight, or stiff in the body. And then once you notice it, number it from 0 to 10, 10 being the most strong, intense, and then 0 being nothing. So what number would you give yourself as far as emotional intensity for dense, stress, overwhelm, tightness, stiffness? Just 0 to 10, no judgment, no story, just notice where it is and give it a number. And then we open a crystal portal. And I like to do that with the crystal wand. Now, if you don't have a crystal, you can use your finger. It's the same power or stronger. So you take a deep breath and you basically point it on the floor and you imagine it being like a light recycle bin. And I do counterclockwise, anti-clockwise. It might look backwards on the camera. And then I open this portal to transmute with every exhale. Transmute is changing the energy from negative to positive. So I set the intention to let go of any emotional heaviness, any fear, any emotional exhaustion, any inherited pressure, any survival patterns, any energy that was never mine to carry, which is very common for sensitive beings. So and then instead, we can turn it into whatever we would prefer in our lives, right? So we're going to invite in angelic assistance, our guides, our angels, guardian angels, our guardians, angelic assistance, divine compassion, grounding. We're going to invite in the angels to help us with this healing and the nervous system safety and regulation. We're going to use this as a divine form of alchemy, like transforming dense energy into positive energy. We're also going to use this for a sense of remembrance and wholeness. That's what the intention is from the cards this week. And so once our crystal wand portal is open and the portal keepers are ready to catch the debris from every exhale, we're going to start on our karate chop point here. And you're going to just repeat after me. Even though, and breathe throughout, because the breath is going to allow us to move the energy. Even though this season has felt emotionally intense and deeply transformational, I honor my soul and whatever might be moving through me in this sacred initiation and reconfiguration. Keep breathing. I might not be able to cue you to breathe because sometimes I get a little talkative. So just keep breathing throughout. Even though part of me feels overwhelmed by everything and everyone that I've been carrying internally. I almost said eternally, which is kind of crazy. I allow compassion to soften the pressure that I've been placing on myself. Okay, that's a big one. Even though old emotions, old identities, old patterns, programs, conditionings have been surfacing a little bit more noticeably and strongly lately, I am open to allowing any and all fragmented pieces and parts of myself to return home with love. We're going to go with the eyebrow point now, which is right here. You can do either side. If you're left-handed or right-handed, it doesn't matter. Just tap along. There has been so much transformation happening with all of us beneath the surface. Are you guys feeling that? I know I am. Holy crap. Side of the eye. My nervous system has been trying to process these deep energetic shifts and frequencies, especially with the Schumann resonance and spikes, blackouts, and solar flares. You guys, it's impacting us quite a bit under the eye. Rest when you need to rest. Don't give yourself guilt about that. Part of me has been carrying emotional heaviness that was never meant to be trapped inside of me. Emotional heaviness, right? Density. Letting it go out the little portal under the nose. Part of me has been afraid to fully soften into this transformation. under the lip or in the chin divot here. But I do not need to force anything or force any form of healing or force any form of integration or push, 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 collarbone. And I do not need to spiritually outperform humanity. Because you guys, if you're watching this video, you already are. So you don't need to push or outperform anyone. you're like, you're, you're definitely special if you're here. That in itself is part of this initiation. And so this is under the arm, like about 4 inches below the armpit, like at the bra strap, top of the head, right behind my crown, on your crown. And I allow myself to move this transformation with greater softness and support. We're picking up so much right now. So I would just like to invite you, if you can, to take mini breaks, by yourself, going for a walk, if you can, going and visiting the trees, if you can, going for a drive. I love going for a drive and listening to music. It's so refreshing to me. I love it because it's like your own space. Taking a shower, so much comes to me in the shower too. It's like, I don't know, something about the conduitness, the sacredness of water. I allow alchemy and divine alchemy to move through my life with ease. Out of the I am transmuting any emotional heaviness or density into wisdom, knowing, understanding. Under the I am transmuting fear into compassion and love. Under the nose, I am transmuting survival into safety and groundedness. Chin, I allow old pressure that I put on myself to soften. Collarbone, and you can go all the way out to the bra straps and just below the nubs of the collarbone. I allow my body to feel more supported. Under the arm, I allow myself to receive angelic assistance and guidance and nudges. I always ask for my angels to make everything Sylvia clear because I need it to be really clear. Sylvia clear. So you can make up your own rules with your angels. Top of the head, I remember that I was never carrying this alone, nor was I meant to. I think a lot of us have that. I call it Atlas syndrome, like Atlas, the weight of the world syndrome. Like none of us are meant to carry it all. It's just like a deep-seated belief, I believe, that was implanted in us. Not that it was necessary because we were never alone. And so we're going to go back to the eyebrow point and we're going to do the affirmations, which is like affirmations, but in questions. What if there are parts of me that are worthy of love? That's the eyebrow point, side of the eye. Why is my nervous system becoming more open to peace now? And what this does is allows your mind, your busy mind, something to do because you're asking it a question. Under the eye, what if healing is actually my journey back to wholeness? Because a lot of the parts and fractals of ourselves are parts of us that we like shamed or self-abused. And so allowing that to become fully back to yourself. Why is it becoming easier for me to receive support and guidance under the nose? Why is it becoming so much easier for me to receive support and guidance? Chin. What if my sensitivity is part of my sacred design? I know it is part of my sacred design. I've had it my whole life and have tried to turn it off to fit in. But collarbone, how am I reconnecting to more light within me? Under the arm. And what if I've been supported by the unseen and loved and held and guided this entire time? top of the head. And why am I finally allowing myself to soften into who I truly am? And I believe that a lot of us are remembering who we were before the patterns, the programs, the conditioning has been placed upon us. And so we're stepping into our embodiment of wholeness of who we are. And that's exactly what I feel. And I believe more of our intuitive gifts are coming online as well. I think right now it's telepathy, eyebrow point. I honor the sacred journey of my soul and what my soul has been moving through. You're guided by your higher self this whole time. Side of the eye, I honor parts of me that are still integrating. Under the eye, keep breathing, guys. I allow compassion to replace self-judgment. If you're judging someone else, you're really like judging yourself. So whenever you catch yourself judging, it's something you can like look back at what you're judging. I soften into the belief that I must constantly struggle in order to grow. That's the hustle culture, right? Chin. I remember that healing does not require self-abuse or self-rejection. Collarbone. I allow all parts of myself to return home with love and be washed with God's light. That's what I always say. Healed, whole, complete. Under the arm. I remember that I am the light. I remember that I am the light. You are all lighthouses out there. Top of the head. I allow myself to move forward with greater wholeness, peace, and grounded self-trust. Greater wholeness, peace, and grounded self-trust. And then we finish with a third eye, with so be it and so it is. Taking a deep breath. And another deep breath. Noticing your body, what feels a little softer, what feels a little calmer, what feels a little bit more supported. Go back to that place and space you felt it before we started and determine if the pain or density or stiffness went down in numbers from 0 to 10. And that's crazy with I can't even feel it. So let me know in the comments what you were feeling, and then if you have another number that it shifted to, or sometimes it'll move, it'll jump in the body. So let me know. I'd love to know. But that was just really short. And the longer you do it, the better you feel. So it wasn't that long at all. So thank you for that. And then we're gonna get our crystal wand or finger if you don't have one, and we're gonna imagine closing that portal of light, gently closing it clockwise, and it might look backwards. And I think our angels, our guardian angels, our higher self. I think the portal keepers, ascended masters, ascended ancestors. I think my body. I think our nervous system for showing up today, right? Like you didn't have to click play and listen to me ramble for the first few minutes about the energy before I introduced myself. I allow myself to send down any remaining energies. I allow the angels to clear any stuck, anything that I didn't breathe out. I allow it to remove and send down to the portal now, and refill me with compassion, integration, support, wholeness, God's light, safety, knowing, clarity, and may it be so. And so it is. Closing that portal. I like to put a little lid on it, smooth it over like dirt. So it's gone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then we're going to go into, at the end of the video, I forgot to mention, but at the end of the video, I show you the cards that brought the message forward. So these are the guiding cards this week for May 25th through the 31st. And we're Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz is for transmuting negative energy and clears it. It also is grounding. It's a darker form of quartz. I didn't bring mine in here. Sometimes I usually have it on my other desk, but it basically is deep purification. It keeps low vibrations away from you or your home. It's great for gridding. The next card is Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. You are the light. Holy Amethyst is the counterpart to, I believe, Archangel Zadkiel and also Saint Germain with the purification of the violet flame. Go into a whole tangent on that. And then we have the Halls of Amenti with Reconfiguration and Initiation. It says secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiations. Then I was called to bring out the Isis cards. Again, I haven't brought her out yet. It's called the Wings of Isis. This is up for angelic assistance and integration. So it's uniting with our angelic self. So maybe you guys are popping your wings now. And then some of you guys might be seeing orbs because orbs of light came out. So orbs of light are surrounding you in places and spaces. I know a lot of times people will see them out the corner of their eyes. And then the angel number was 2020, compassion, service, emotional renewal. That's the angel number 2020. This is for encouragement. It tells you to use your talents and your gifts because they benefit the entire world and your pockets. So be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. I love that. And then journey to wholeness, which is so cool. Yeah, this one is like pulling all parts back to us. So I'll put it a little bit further back because she is nude. And I know YouTube is weird about that. So if this recalibration resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Write, I remember the light within me. I remember the light within me. And I read all your comments to know if your numbers shifted from 0 to 10, also to feel or hear about any other things that you guys had felt during the activation. So also remember when you comment below, you give the permission to people to share things that had come up for them as well, because then they don't feel so weird if things happen to them. And if it happened to you too, they're like, whoa, that's crazy. And so they'll often comment as well. So give somebody else the permission to comment because of your comment. And if you need deeper support, I do offer one-on-one EFT energy recalibrations. Everything will be linked below. The other thing, if you've been tuning in to any of my previous videos, I've talked about the Chosen Challenge, where it was 33 days of activations about choosing yourself. I've been completely shifted in a container that I'm in, and it's a challenge of choosing yourself every single day. And there's like a meditation every week, and there's a daily transmission every week. It's timeless, so that link will be linked below as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and tune in for more weekly energy reports or tap along with me. And feel free to tap along with this video or previous videos to serve you. Like I said, it's been scientifically proven to shift your fight, flight, freeze, chaotic stress hormones into positive, happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin with this little 6 minutes. So 6 minutes you need at least of tapping. Beyond that is even more better. And the crown still lives here. I bring it with me if I can remember. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop the video and leave the room and find it in my desk. And I just want to fuss with all that. So anyways, the crown's here. It's on. I remembered. We're good. And until next time, bye for now.